Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you some of the basic controls for Photoshop. This is going to include most of the tools down here and actually a few controls over here as well as up here. So let's start with the mouse control. Now this is our basic cursor for Photoshop. It allows us to move layers and images around, but first of all we're actually going to come down here to the layers box. This is where all of your layers are going to be. If I was to make a shape using this tool down here, let's just make a rectangle. You can change the shape by right clicking. We can actually drag a shape onto our document and then we can click back to our cursor here. Our layers are going to be down here. So we actually want to make this photo, which I've just inserted from the internet, into our Photoshop. We actually want to make that a layer. So as you can see, it's labeled background at the moment and it's locked. If we right click this and click layer from background, it will allow us to actually move this image around. So if I drag this now, it's actually allowing us to move the image, whereas before, if I go back using the Control Alt Z combination on your keyboard, we couldn't actually move it. Before, it would give us an error message saying the move tool because the layer is locked, like this. So let's actually move this rectangle below our background by using the actually, first of all, we want to actually layer this from the background, so I'll go ahead and do that. And next of all, we want to put this layer behind our pencil crayons here. So onto this tool here. This is our basic tool for actually selecting parts of the image. We can drag over this and then there we go. This is our fuzzy box. We can move the box around. This helps us select parts of the image for moving or tampering with, or whatever you decide to do. So after that one, we've actually got the lasso tool, which lets us use our mouse to actually draw around certain parts of the image, and then it turns it into a fuzzy tool. Now we can move this around just like we could with a box, and that's it for that tool. Onto this tool here, not that one, this one. This is our basic crop tool. As you can see, there's lots of different options as well as with these. You can access these by right clicking. Let's start, we're only going to go over the basics, so the crop tool here. Once you click this, you'll see this little outline come up on the box here. So dragging these inwards will actually allow us to crop our image. We can actually make it larger. As you can see, that our background is down here. Our shape, is actually out of the image pixels, so we can actually use the crop tool to make this image larger to fit everything in. Let's just keep it as this for now though. We can also trim down this image like this and like this, just to make sure we're dealing with less stuff. Then once you've finished that and you're happy with your crop, you can go ahead and press the tick button up here like that. Okay, now this is the eyedropper tool. There's a lot of different things here, but we're just going to show you. I'm just going to show you the basics to start with. So the eyedropper tool. What this tool does is allows us to select a particular color on our thing. So maybe if we wanted to color a text a particular color of the photo, we can left click on part of the image and select the color that we want. As you can see, we can hold this down and it will actually come up with the color, and we can release the left click button once we're happy with this. So you can actually choose the foreground and the background, which are these two things up here. This is your foreground, this is your background, and let's just choose, I don't know, we'll choose both like this. Actually, that's not true, sorry. I've actually made a mistake there. So to change the color of your background, you actually want to click on the background here and then do the eyedropper tool. This is your foreground, this is your background. They'll come in a lot later on in my sort of series. And you can also click on the color grid here to find colors that you want. If you're just looking for a rough color, you can also type in the precise numbers here to get an exact color. Okay, is there anything else I really need to show you guys that isn't absolutely fundamental? Yes, we will. I will show you this eraser tool. Now what this does is, if we're on our first layer, allows you to delete part of the image using your own mouse as the sort of thing to delete it with. So as you can see, this background here is sort of pixelated. This shows that there's nothing behind it, not even a background or a canvas. So we can click here, look, to delete parts of the background if we wanted to. And here we go, look, as you can see our white rectangle is behind, and I cannot delete that because we're not selected on that layer. To change the size of your brush, you're going to come up here and click on the size of the brush. You can also change the hardness to actually make it so it sort of fades out, so it's not quite as solid. And you can also change between different things here. There's loads of different things we should choose from, guys. Let's just show you an example of a really faded one and a different shaped one. Here we go, look at this. We can actually come right in here, but there is better tools for deleting backgrounds, as I will get into on one of my later videos. So this here is our gradient tool. This allows us to left click and drag to create a gradient, and as you can see it's a little bit glitchy, but you get the basic idea that using our foreground color we can actually create a gradient to fade into our image, but because we've deleted some of the background it won't look as good. So again, press Control Alt Z, sorry, to go back a step. You can click this multiple times to go back multiple steps. Is there anything else? I will show you the text tool. If you come down to this T button on your pad, you will actually get a variety of different text buttons. We're just going to stick with the basic one. And you need to create a text box, so left click and drag to create your text box here. And up here it's letting you sort of write in. I'll make this a different colour. To make this a different colour, just highlight and come up to your colour box up here. You can choose the colour. Let's make it a nice, what's a good colour? There we go, a nice blue, just so you guys can see that. Sorry, wait there, here we go, nice blue. We can also change the positioning of the text, the different modes for the text, the size of the text, which I will go up to about 100. And there are presets for this if you just wanted sort of a rough size, but you can go up to an infinitely big number by either doing this or using your transformation guides to enlarge the text. This is your font here. There are ways to install new fonts if you're not happy with the ones on here. And once you're done with your text, you can click the tick button again here, look. Let's move this up to the front, which is where exactly? I have no idea where that's just gone. Hello? Hello? It's not actually here. I have no idea why that just happened, guys. But anyway, that's your basic text things. Next we've got the path selection tool and the direct selection. This allows us to select parts of the image, and it is here, look, you can see. And back up to our cursor tool, we can actually choose to show the transform controls, which allows us to edit the shape or the image by making it smaller, larger, or we can click outside the box with a left click to drag this around. Once you're happy with that, click the tick button up here and it will apply the transformation. You can also delete layers by coming down to the layer box and pressing delete on them. And you can also move layers up the grid by left clicking and dragging them up as far as you want them to go. Our text is up here by the looks of it. I don't know why that's happened. Let's delete that for now. So yeah, this is our image. If you would like to save, you go to File, Save As, choose where you want to save it. You've got all your different formats down here. This is the default one for being able to save your work in Photoshop, so it'll save all the layers and everything for you. If you want to export it to PNG or whatever, come into here and click PNG. This is all your stuff here. So that's about it, guys. I hope this helped. I know that text was a bit mucked up. I might have clicked something by accident then, but there we go. You know, some things happen. Please like, subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and see you next time.